Hey guys, it's Puxpro. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a Raider reputation guide, and I'm pretty much going to be including everything about the Raiders and how to get reputation for them, and what the benefits are of getting reputation for them, and some general tips and tricks about getting reputation. So to go ahead and start off, I'm at this website right here, which is just the Fallout Wiki, which I'll have linked in the description, and I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the different tiers of relationship, and the main reasons why you might want to actually get Raider reputation. So these are all of the tiers that you would have to get through. Hopefully you're at least at neutral, but if not, there's gonna be a little bit of a longer grind for you. But essentially, you want to go ahead and get through all of these tiers. And generally speaking, most people probably want to be maxing out Raider reputation if you're like interested in the higher tier rewards, and that's gonna cost you this much points. And yeah, so this is a nice little breakdown to kind of get an idea of how many points you're gonna need to actually progress through. I'm currently only friendly with the Raiders, so I still have about 9,000 points to actually grind out each day and then actually get to ally. Just to kind of put that into perspective, it is highly recommended that if you are watching this video before you've already finished the Gold Bullion or One Wasteland quest line, that you actually do all of the quests for both sides, both factions, before choosing a side. That way you can get maximum reputation just by doing their quests, and that can help you get a early start. Personally, I didn't really look into it, so I did a lot of the settler quest lines, so I was much higher in the settler kind of reputation than Raiders after the One Wasteland quest line. So yeah, if you still have the opportunity, definitely do the quests for both sides, and then you can pick whichever side you like. That way, at least if there's like rewards you want from one of them, you can get it much easier. So speaking of rewards, we're focusing on the Raiders here. So these are the rewards for the Raiders and all tiers. So if you're cautious with them, you get dynamite and a dynamite bundle, and this is the corresponding gold bullion cost. If you're friendly, you get access to these plans, so you get some floater grenades and a chemist backpack mod. If you're neighborly, you get a pepperoni roll and smoked Mirelurk fillets, so if you're into cooking or if you just want these recipes, here they are. And if you're an ally, which is the highest tier of relationship with a faction, you get access to the Gauss minigun and all of the mods. And then you also get a Armco ammunition construction appliance, which is pretty much a ammo machine or ammo generator that you can build at your camp. And these are the corresponding gold bullion costs. This one's actually quite pricey, along with the Gauss minigun. But I'm pretty much doing the Raider reputation grind for the Gauss minigun as my endgame weapon. And then I'm gonna go ahead and test it out and see like what attachments and everything are good for it. And then I'll make a video, and hopefully that can give you guys some insight to see if the Gauss minigun is good, and if so, like what mods are good for it. But now that we know all of the background information about like what the rewards are and like how many points it'll take for us to actually get the rewards or unlock the possibility of buying them with gold bullion, let's go ahead and talk about how to actually get those points. On the side note, I just noticed this. If you're doing a bow build, then you might also want to get ally with at least one of the factions. That way you can unlock all the compound bow stuff. And then this is where you can actually purchase the bow plans. So if you are a bow build, it's actually quite beneficial to get ally with at least one of the factions. So this is pretty much how you're going to be able to get the Raider reputation. Pretty much just read pretty much anything from here on down is what we can actually do to grind. Everything above that is main story stuff, so I'm just going to try to hide that in case, spoilers. But this is essentially what we're going to be looking for, and this is what I'm going to be showing in game. So each day you have an opportunity to do 3 dailies. And these 3 dailies is probably the fastest way to do it on a daily basis to get enough points. Everything else is not time capped, like you can do it more than once a day, but the points it gives you is so little, it's a pretty hard grind. So if you look right here, the dailies give you about 200 points. And there's specific dialogue options that'll give you more points if you choose them when you're turning in the daily, so kind of make sure for that. But you can see, like, if we do one of these other ones where you're just grinding out like an encounter, only 10 points versus like the 200. So you would have to do this 20 times. You'd have to grind out an encounter 20 times to equal the amount of points you get for one daily. So it's kind of up to you. You can decide if it's worth your time to do these grinds. If you have a lot of time on your hands, then you can just grind out these options, and I'll still show all of them in game. And I want to talk about this option right here. This one I'm not going to be showing in game, but essentially there's a daily that you can get for the settlers, where you have to find an item for the settlers. And once you find the item, you realize that the item is actually taken by a raider. If you let the raiders keep it, you gain points for the raiders, only 10. But you lose points for the settlers. So this is if you're really desperate for raider reputation, or you just don't care about settlers at all, then you can grind this on the daily as well. But personally, I need both, so I'm not going to be doing that because I don't want to lose settler reputation. Then there's these two, which I'll be showing as the dailies. So there's a retirement plan, and then there's the importance of communication. These two you can both accept at Crater, and I'll go ahead and show that right now. So now that we're in game, you just want to go ahead and fast travel up to Crater. It's a free fast travel location. And then you already see those two little quest dots there, but essentially there's two people you can talk to, and you can accept the daily quest. Okay, so once you're at Crater, you can go ahead and sprint all the way up, and I'll take you to the first quest giver. The first quest giver is going to be right here against this bus, and her name is Roxy. You just want to interact with her, and then you can see that she's pretty much just saying that a raider left the family, and you can just kind of say, tell me what to do. Alright, and she pretty much tells you that somebody else is already hunting down the person. And pretty much she just wants you to track down the person. And so that's that quest. I'll go ahead and show that one, but if you can go ahead and accept both of them. So the next one is actually going to be in here, in this airlock. And it's going to be Ren. You can talk to Ren and say that you're here to help. And she's pretty much just going to make you grab some equipment from a random place on the map. And then you get to assemble the equipment and then give it back to her. So let's go ahead and toggle these on in my quest tracking. If you ever want to toggle them active because they're not for some reason, you can go into data and then to daily. And then this one is called retirement plan, the importance of communication. So these are the two raider dailies. And then there's a third one that I'll go ahead and demonstrate. But really quickly, I'll just go ahead and show you what these two quests entail. So the first one that I usually like to do is a daily retirement plan, which is deal with the former raider. So we're going to go ahead and look around on the map. Alright, so this is where the raider is. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to Cliff Watch, and then we can just go ahead and go up to the raider and talk to him. And the best outcome for maximum points for this daily quest is actually to kill the raider. So we're going to go ahead and kill the raider. Oh, he's... okay, I guess he already got killed. By this turret. Just gonna wait for the quest to kind of update to talk to Roxy. Alright, and usually I like to turn it in all at once, but for the purpose of this video, to make things more concise, I'll show you what dialogue options to do. Alright, so once you complete the daily, you can go back, talk to the one that gave it to you. And for Roxy, you want to go ahead and say that Apache has a new corpse. I don't know why I said lie, because the raider was dead. But that's pretty much the option that you want to do. And there you go, you'll get some script, and you get 225 points of raider reputation. You can see I'm friendly, a little bit more than half with friendly. And if you ever want to check how much raider rep you have, you can go to social, and then up here you'll see your reputation pops up on the left when you hover. And then yeah, you can see right here. It doesn't give you exact values, but it'll give you friendly or, you know, whatever you have right here, and then pretty much the progress bar. I wish it gave you exact values so you can do some calculations, but that's pretty much it. And then that's what you get for the rewards. You get some treasury notes as well. And then on to the next one, we'll do the importance of communication. So I'm just gonna go ahead and talk. This is what makes it easiest for me. So I don't have to look around on the map. I just navigate to the quest, and then I hit show on map, and then it'll show me on the map easily. So we're gonna go ahead and head down to Valley Galleria. And this quest tends to be really random in terms of the location that you're looking for at the location you're at when you're looking for the vacuum tubes. So today it's gonna be inside the Valley Galleria. So I'll go ahead and sprint in here. All right. And then now that we're inside, we can just look around and you'll see them on the markers where we have to grab these vacuum tubes. And then there's the third one. So now that we have all three vacuum tubes, we just need to combine them in a crafting bench, specifically the Tinker's Workbench. So I'm going to travel to my camp and craft it. Yeah, so you just want to go ahead and go to the Tinker's Workbench. It can be any at your camp or even at the Raiders crater. And then you want to go down to quest items, and then right here you can craft a radio vacuum tube. Craft that guy, and then once you craft that, we can go ahead and head back to crater. Alright, and then for this one, when you go ahead and turn in the quest to run, you want to actually say that you don't want the reward. So you don't actually want to go for the intelligence option. You want to go ahead and say here, they're all yours on the house. This makes it so that you don't actually accept the reward and instead you get more reputation. And she kind of says that right there. And that's how you're going to get bonus reputation from that one. So that's the best reputation outcome for that daily. And then for the last daily we have, I'm going to go ahead and take you guys all the way down the map back to the Overseer's home, which is going to be right here on the map across from Vault 76. I have my survival tent here for ease of access, so I'm going to go ahead and travel to that. Alright, and when you arrive, you'll see daily photo opportunity, and then you're going to go ahead and go inside the Overseer's home. In order to do this quest, you have to have access to the basement already. So if you've never been in the Overseer basement, then that means you might want to go ahead and progress the Overseer's questline a little bit more. But once you actually get access to her basement, then you can come down here, and then you can just talk to Davenport, and then you can say, I'm up for helping you again. And since we're doing the raiders, you actually want to go ahead and select the foundation here. I know that sounds kind of contradictory, but this is pretty much how you get the raider rep out of this daily. Alright, and then from here, you're going to also want a Pro Snap camera. And I'll go ahead and link a video in the description if you don't have the Pro Snap camera on how you can get it. But once you do have it, you then want to go ahead and travel to the foundation after you selected the foundation as the area you want to recon. Alright, and now that we're here, I'm going to go ahead and take out my Pro Snap camera, and then I'm going to go ahead and also toggle this side quest so that we can keep track of what we're taking a picture of. Photo opportunity. So it wants us to take a picture of the generator and the watchtower. One location will always be in Foundation, and then one will be near Foundation. So let's go ahead and take a picture of the generator first. Alright. Snap. Just like that, and in the top right corner, you want to make sure it says Foundation Generator, that way it actually counts as a picture. And then we want to go ahead and head over to the watchtower, which is going to be a little bit farther away at the vantage, so we're going to TP there. Alright, and then I'm just going to probably try to avoid combat and just get the picture, but you're more than welcome to clear out the area first. And so from here, I'm just going to use my zoom lens, see if I can get the tower in view. There we go, watchtower. Alright, so now that we have both of those completed, now we can actually take this back to Crater instead of Davenport. Alright, and then once we're here, we're going to go ahead and make a right. So we're now going to walk into Crater, and we're going to go to Kiyomi here at this tower. And we're just going to go ahead and give her the photos. Got some intel on the foundation. And then you pretty much just say this: I don't need capped, your friendship is reward and enough, and this will give you max reputation. There you go. So you sacrifice a little bit of the reward, but for more raider rep. And then for the photo opportunity, we still need to close it out. So let's go ahead and head on back. For this one, if you have high enough charisma, you can actually get both the rewards by lying to Davenport, saying that you were mugged by the raiders. So equipping any charisma boosting perk cards or eating any charisma boosting food will help you. So I'll actually go ahead and do that myself. I'm going to go ahead and equip a perk card that will help me with this. So I'm going to go ahead and take off Tenderizer, and I'm going to put on this perk card called Magnetic Personality, which gives me charisma for every teammate excluding yourself. And then I'm going to go ahead and join a public team to get this charisma bonus. Alright, and then now we talk to Davenport. And we can say right here, so if you have charisma 8 or more, you can say that you had them but you got jumped by raiders. This allows you to get the Davenport reward and get the raider reputation. There you go. Alright. And that's how we can close out this quest the best. And then now I'm going to go ahead and show the other methods to grind. So the first one that I'm going to go over is Ohio River Adventures. This is a raider claimed location, and there's actually a one-time event that you can do there to get some bonus raider reputation. And then there's actually another daily. It's kind of like a hidden daily that you can do here, which is pretty much to give a raider some Mirelurk meat or Mirelurk queen meat. Giving her Mirelurk queen meat gives you the most raider points, so we're going to go ahead and get a Mirelurk queen and get some of the meat. There are a couple spawn points for Mirelurk queen meat. You can go down here to the quarry ×3 down in the cranberry bog, usually a guaranteed spawn. Or you can go up to the top right corner and you can go to kind of where the Heart of the Swamp spawns. I think it's Highland Marsh. You can, I believe, go to Highland Marsh and also get a Mirelurk Queen spawn there. But as far as I know, there's not really a guaranteed Mirelurk Queen spot that's closer to Ohio Adventures, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the Cranberry Bog one. I'm gonna go to Foundation and then to Quarry to save some travel cost. Oh, Mr. Prizebot. I will warn you that, I mean, I'm a full health power armor build. Generally, there's not many hard fights in this game, but the Mirelurk Queen actually is pretty difficult for me. I'm gonna go ahead and put on a perk card that'll give me some bonus damage against her though. Exterminator here. Oh, there she is. Oh, and I'm almost dead. Oh, and I'm dead. There we go. And then we can leave the stim pack, but what we really need is the Queen Mirelurk meat. And generally what's gonna happen is you only need one Queen Mirelurk meat per day to give to the raider, but this queen does drop 2 sometimes. So if you can possibly preserve it so you only have to kill the queen once every 2 days, but generally it usually spoils, depends on how much you play. Alright, and now that we went ahead and collected the meat, we don't need to cook it or anything, we just need to go down to Ohio River Adventures. So I am gonna go ahead and once you're here, you're probably going to notice there's some Mirelurks lurking around, but we're going to ignore them and head straight on into the raider camp. And we're going to be looking for usually a lady who's chopping some meat. Yep, right on over here. And yeah, her name is Black Eye, so you just want to go ahead and talk to Black Eye. She's either going to be standing right here, or sometimes she's inside this room over here laying down. But you can talk to her, and this is once a day, pretty much a hidden daily. Talk to her, say, I've got some Mirelurk products for you. And then you get all these options, but to get the maximum amount of points, we can just give her a Mirelurk Queen meat, which is going to be right here. This will fetch a high price. Alright. And then that's going to be all the Mirelurk meat she needs for today, so you can come back tomorrow and give her another Mirelurk meat. And that's going to be pretty much all of the things that you can do daily for Raider Reputation. So now I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of the other options that you can grind without any restrictions. Well, I guess while we're at Ohio, I'll go ahead and mention a one-time thing that you can do, which is pretty much help defend this place from Mirelurks. Okay, so we're gonna go and look for Fishbones. Fishbones is gonna be in the back of the boat, all the way at the back over here. And you're just gonna go ahead and want to talk to him. But yeah, so I already did it, so I won't have the dialogue option, so I can't really show you, but essentially there's going to be some options where he might ask you for help, or he's going to be like, I need, do you want to kill some Mirelurks? And eventually you'll just have to defend this location from some Mirelurks. Pretty easy quest, and once you do that, you get a little bonus, a Raider Reputation, and that's something that you can only do once, one and done. Now, the last 2 methods is to just grind out encounters, and there's going to be a couple different encounter spots on the map. I'll go ahead and pull it up right now. So this is going to be pretty much what the map looks like, and it's an imager link that I found through Reddit, and you can look at all these dots, and pretty much the one that we're going to be looking for is the assault, because we're going to be hoping that when we go to a assault location, that it's going to be a faction. Any faction, could be creatures, could be the settlers versus the raiders, and essentially you want to aid the raiders in combat and then talk to the raiders, and you'll get 10 reputation points. Keep in mind this is 10 reputation points versus a daily that can give you up to 200 reputation points, so you know, you want to have to go ahead and decide if the grind is worth it. But essentially, if you want, you can go to multiple assault spawn points on the map, or you can camp at one point and just server hop and hope that when you server hop, one of them will be a raider encounter, a raider related encounter. So we can go ahead and just zoom in on this map on anywhere. I'll just go ahead and use one as an example to show. Okay, so I see an assault place next to this abandoned mine shaft, so I'm just going to use this for the video purposes, but the map will be linked in the description, so you can kind of pick out whichever area works best for you. And so there's 2 encounters that we're going to be looking for. One of them will be specifically a raider versus settler one. Help the raiders kill the settlers. You won't lose settler rep, but you'll gain more raider rep than if you just help a raider fight a different type of faction, like a creature faction. I don't know, I'll try to see if I can get a encounter for both of them to kind of show you what I mean here. Alright, so right here, this is the encounter location, and you can see this is a faction battle between robots and super mutants, so it's actually not what we're looking for. So in this case, you know, you could clear it for XP if you want, but most likely you'll just have to keep server hopping, so let's go ahead and do that. So generally you want to find a location that you have ease of access to make the downtime much less. Okay, so here we actually have a raider, so let's go ahead, and it sounds like raider versus scorched. So in this case, we want to go ahead and help the raiders kill the scorched. Alright, and once all of the enemies have been eliminated, you want to go ahead and talk to the raiders. Looks like there might still be more. And as long as one raider lives, it's generally okay. There we go. And then you get some raider rep. Very little though, but you can constantly grind this out. And essentially, to rinse and repeat this, I would just go ahead and server hop. I want to see if I can show you guys a settler one. Alright, here we are, and it looks like we have raiders. And we can just talk to one of them. Usually there's one of them that's going to give you the rep. There you go. Get some extra raider rep. And then we'll go ahead and reset again. And you just have to hope that Bethesda servers don't put you on the same server that you were just previously on. Otherwise, you know, the encounter won't be reset in time. And you just have to kind of hope that the RNG actually gives you the raider faction in the encounter. Otherwise, it's just another server hop. So that's why this method can be a little bit tedious, but if you are really in need or you really want to just grind out reputation points, this is pretty much the main method to do it after the dailies. Here we are, we can see there's mutants, quite a bit of mutants versus feral ghouls. So yeah, so this one's not very useful to us. Okay, let's take a look at this one. We have settlers this time versus Mirelurks. So I mean, if you want settler rep, you can go ahead and do this one, and it's the same outcome. You help the settlers fight, and then you can get some settler reputation. But in my case, I don't really care about the settlers right now because they don't have any rewards I want. So I'm just gonna go ahead and server hop, and then let's take a look here. Feral wolf versus settlers. But yeah, so hopefully this kind of shows you the RNG of it. Like, it's gonna be somewhat difficult to get exactly what you want. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I don't think I'll be able to showcase the raiders versus the settlers, but essentially in that outcome, you just want to kill the settlers. You won't lose settler rep, but you'll gain raider rep, and that is the best encounter that you can get because it'll give you the most raider reputation. And to wrap up this video, I'm going to go ahead and show where you can actually go in Creator to buy the gold Bullion items once you have all of the raider reputation that you need and you've unlocked the plans that you need. In order to go to the vendor to get the exclusive raider stuff, you want to go ahead and head into the interior of Creator, which is just going to be right through here, the Creator Core. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and look around, and you'll see that there's this robot called Mortimer, and you can go ahead and trade gold bullion with this guy, and you can see all of the current plans that you'll have unlocked depending on what your reputation status is. So I have the floater grenades, I got the dynamite, the backpack mod, all of that just because I am only friendly with them. But if you get to ally, you should see the Gauss minigun stuff and all of that. And then if you want to, you know, trade gold bullion, you can do it here. I might as well do some. I haven't been on top of this. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comment section below. Or if there's anything that I may not have covered that you think would be useful, go ahead and let us know in the comment section as well. And if you have any positive or negative feedback, also let me know. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Until next time.